Hey everybody, Andrew here again, coming to you from my basement this time. Got an awesome workout in and got all nice and shaved, wearing my ooh, awesome Star Wars shirt in honor of the cool trailer that came out yesterday. And so I'm here today to talk about the ketogenic diet. And it's all the rave right now. There's a lot of different communities where they swear by this ketogenic diet. And so for those of you who don't know, the ketogenic diet is a diet protocol in which you restrict your carbohydrate consumption in order to kind of activate your body's natural fat burning process, so that we're trying to activate kind of this ketosis so that we can initiate lipolysis. Those are all fancy words for we're trying to stop burning carbs as our fuel store, so we're trying to start burning our fat, our stored fat. Let me turn this light on. So I got 3 cool studies that I want to share. One of them was the effect of weight loss by keto diet and performance. So they kind of had some taekwondo athletes, and they had them on a low carb, low calorie diet, and between a low fat and a low carb diet. And they found that body composition didn't really change significantly between the two, but the ketogenic athletes, those who were on the low carb diet, showed better performance measures. But one of the negatives with that was that they lost lean body mass, and that is kind of the one part you have to worry about with a ketogenic diet is, are you losing your muscle mass? Because your body really holds on to that fat cells. You know, it's kind of a built-in mechanism we have for survival, and it's really tough to get your body to let go of that. I know how to do it. Good trainers know how to do it. So, you know, if you have questions, make sure you ask or hire them. But it was kind of cool to see that the ketogenic diet didn't mean that you sucked. You know, it didn't mean that you were bad at what you were doing. And so there's promise that this might be a good diet for athletes. The other one was energy expenditure and body composition in overweight and obese. Yeah, so basically they had these really overweight and obese men. They fed them a carb-rich diet for 4 weeks, and then they gave them a keto diet for 4 weeks. And the results showed decreased body mass and increased energy expenditure, so they actually got off their duffs a little bit more. Funny, although can you really say that? There's a lot of factors for why they might increase their energy expenditure. But a second study here showing the body fat loss slowed and coincided with increased protein utilization. So again, they're breaking down lean body mass in order to kind of sustain themselves. I've had similar results personally, but we'll get into that at the end. And then this was a really cool study. It's kind of a little bit older, but it's cited like I think 1,000 times. It's weight loss with a low carb Mediterranean or a low fat diet. It was a 2-year study where they followed around a bunch of participants, and it's not these quick 4 weeks or 2-month protocols. I mean, this is 2 years, so this is a significant amount of time. And what they found was the low carb diet had the biggest initial weight loss, but gradually the weight came back on. The Mediterranean diet had the most consistent weight loss, and from the figures that I saw, it was not so much an up and down as the ketogenic diet was. There was a very significant weight loss within the first 6 months, and then gradually that weight started to come back on, believe it or not. Whereas the Mediterranean diet had a little bit more consistency to it. And the low-fat diet showed promise. It did show promise, but it didn't have the same effect as the first two. And the blood lipids were most favorable in the Mediterranean and low-carb diets. Blood lipids meaning like your HDL and LDL cholesterol, your triglycerides, different measures that your doctor might like to have. And so this is how I eat, really. And a Mediterranean diet is characterized by consumption of vegetables and olive oil and moderate consumption of protein, usually poultry and fish instead of red meats. So kind of more lean proteins. Poultry and fish are generally leaner than pork and especially beef. So I guess it was really interesting to see that just making sure you get a lot of vegetables and eating healthy fats and healthy sources of protein kind of did just as well, if not better, than this kind of complete restriction where you can't have a whole macronutrient, meaning carbohydrates. And personally, for me, I have had, for my 2 years that I was really trying to lose weight, the first year I tried to go keto all the time. And each time I planned it out a little bit better, but the same two things happened. I would get sick and I would just stall out. So my physique changes didn't really change that much, other than I just felt flat and it got harder to maintain my muscle mass. It also was very difficult planning wise too, and I think that's why most people fail their ketogenic diet, is because they don't have a plan. I mean, when you're taking out your primary kind of energy source, which is carbohydrates, and you have zero idea what you're going to replace it with, it's it's always going to end badly. I've watched it happen. I've gone through it myself. And your body does not want to give up those fat stores. It is like ingrained in our being to hold on to those things. It's a survival mechanism from, thousands of years ago. And so in order to kind of get your body to let go of those things, you kind of have to do it. There's a few different ways to do it, but it's tough to do and maintain your health. I think that's the toughest part. So thank you for watching the video. When you're choosing your diets, I would always choose the Mediterranean over ketogenic. If the only times I would really say let's go full keto would be like, ooh, I gotta be in a bathing suit or have my shirt off in like a week. I have to make a certain weight in a few days. Those might be, because essentially you're just letting your muscle glycogen go away, and your intestine and your digestive system is kind of gonna, if you're not really consuming those carbs, the vegetables and the fiber, which really bloat you, those kind of go away too. So it's a really good way to drop weight and look good quickly, but long term, I would have to say not really. I mean, if you can make it a lifestyle, great, it is, but for the general population, I'd have to say probably not. Slow your roll and try to find something that is going to help you keep you healthy. So thank you. If you have any questions, you know where to find me, and good luck. Have a great day.